When I hit this bow, I want you to tell me what do you hear? All right, I hear a tritone. I hear a B and a F. Yeah, that's definitely a tritone, and there is also like a very high pitched D. It's a little bit out of tune, actually, not so obvious. Right. It definitely suggests me like a G7 type of chord, like it's a dominant chord, where the B, the third, is prevalent. Yeah, there's like a pulsing at the end. Now, in ADSR, like the A is almost instantaneous, the R, the release, the attack is instantaneous, the release is a little bit like there's a semi-quaver there, like trying to impose me a rhythm. Are you impressed by this skill? You should not, because it's useless. I'm here to help you create great music. And I'm not talking about a nice lounge to put in a YouTube video. No, I'm talking about Stravinsky level type of music. Stick around, because you want to watch this.
Developing the perception is useless.
Yes, useless if you stop there, like if you just learn to recognize chords and intervals just to pass some tests or to impress your friends or your audience in YouTube. It's like those people explaining wine, like you can tell everything about the wine, but you don't drink it. We are going to talk about musical perception in the next few videos. But let me make a disclaimer. If you're looking for those tutorials, how to learn to identify intervals or chords or scales, yeah, we're going to cover that too, especially chords, because chords, there is an actual application for this. We're going to actually go in a much more meaningful understanding of perception. We're not going to just ask what is this chord or what is this interval. We start asking what is this chord or interval doing to me. And eventually we're going to ask what are some textures and patterns and chords and things that I can actually recognize, break it down, and incorporate in my creative process. Those moments that you say, wow, I could use this. What is this? Today we're going to explore a concept that is very fundamental. It's the harmonic series. And I'm going to show you how it's so important to learn how to sing the fundamental note when you hear a context, when you hear a chord.
When we isolate a note, we actually hear an entire set of frequencies with it. Every fundamental frequency naturally carries its natural harmonics or partials in this order. First the natural octave, then the fifth, then another octave, then a major third, and so forth. All these partials together constitute a texture of stability and establish a feeling of homeness, like a place for your mind from where you don't have to go away. This sense of, okay, that does it, I'm all set, is what we usually call consonance. Science actually backs this up. Biologists and psychoacousticians like Terhart or Bowling, I swear to God this was not, have argued that our sense of consonance, or what sounds good, is actually a biological attraction to this voice-like harmonic spectra. Your brain is literally a pattern matching machine. When you hear a complex sound, your auditory system performs something called virtual pitch perception. Even if the sound is messy, your brain works overtime to calculate the fundamental frequency. Sometimes, if it's not so obvious, it will try to fit the missing root to make sense of that chaos. You don't need to hit a ball to test that. You can do it by playing the partials, just the partials, without a fundamental. For instance, let's play this. Your brain screams to hear the fundamental. While this is a natural instinct, actually producing that missing fundamental with your own voice is a skill that needs to be developed. When you learn how to sing the fundamental, you become able to situate yourself in any harmonic series, hence in any tonal context. You will easily spot this is the home right now. I would say more, this is probably the single most important skill to be developed in music perception, singing the fundamental. It is way more important than measuring distances or intervals. Let's practice together by singing the best note of some chords. If you have developed this skill before, it will be instantaneous for you. But if you cannot do it easily, here's a tip. Start with the note that you hear more naturally, then you glide down slowly until it feels stable. Let's start with this one. Now try this one. How about this one? When you try this by yourself, make sure that each chord is in a completely different, unrelated tonal field, and try to do it progressively faster until it becomes instantaneous. Try also with sounds from ordinary objects, like the bow that we did before. By the way, do you want to try to sing the root for that G7? See if you can. Practice this with different sounds. Hear it once or twice before even trying to sing the bass. Once you get more confident, try this. Sing the bass and then try to sing the scale that feels right over it. Something like this. You locate the root, then you try the scale.
Do this obsessively. In time, you're gonna be able to identify where you are, the hominess, instantly. Chords, scales, and intervals kinda becomes a consequence of that.
Singing the bass can be the most important perception skill that you can possibly develop. Just sing simple bass lines, just the fundamentals, not
like this. You're gonna learn that because it's very good. Now jazz, alright, yeah, it changes too much. It doesn't make too much difference for perception. It does, because you have to walk. Okay, anyhow, next video we're gonna start practicing singing bass, at least let's say the fundamentals, right? See you. Don't forget, compositions disobeying.